Welcome to Further Thoughts. This space is for fashion creatives, especially those who have been sewing for a while. But lately, you feel tired, you feel confused, maybe even disconnected from the very thing that once lit you up. If that is you, I just want to say to you, you're not alone and you're not crazy. You've poured so much into your craft, the late nights, the scattered threads, the back pain, the rushed meals between fittings. Sewing was supposed to be your joy, your outlet, but somewhere along the way, it became the very thing draining you. And maybe you don't even know when that shift happened. Maybe you can't point to a single day. Maybe you just woke up one morning and realized you didn't want to touch your machine. You did not want to sew. You stopped sketching. You feel heavy before each new order. You procrastinate even simple stitches. Projects pile up. Half finished. Your confidence gone quiet. The spark dimmed. You're not lazy, you're not ungrateful, you're not even broken, you're just burnt out. And burnt out isn't always loud. Sometimes it is a slow fade, a quiet unraveling. You start skipping your morning routine, you stop sketching, you lose interest in the very things that used to inspire you. And worst of all, you start questioning yourself. Am I still good enough? Was this even meant for me? Why does this feel so hard to do now? To the tailor who is tired, the designer who is doubting, the creative who just can't keep up anymore, please, I beg you, breathe. You are allowed to outgrow your old rhythm. You can pause. You can fall out of love with sewing and still return stronger. Because you see, passion, it is not a straight line. It dips, it slows, it even disappears sometimes. But that doesn't mean you have failed. It means you are human. You started sewing for a reason. Maybe it was the joy of making something with your hands. Or maybe it was the only thing that made sense in the world that didn't. Maybe it was how your heart danced when you first saw your first finished piece. Maybe you were gifted. Whatever your reason, it is okay if it has changed. And it is okay if you have changed as well. Creativity isn't just about productivity. It's not about how many feet you push out in a week, or how many likes your post get, or how many clients you have in your DMs. It is about expression, identity, and also healing. Sometimes the most creative thing you can do is rest, start again, even right in the middle, even when you are tired, even if your stitch isn't straight right now. This is not the end of your story. It is a reset, a soft one, a slow one. You are not failing, you are evolving. And in this series, we'll walk that journey together. We'll talk about how to heal your relationship with your craft, how to create space for inspiration again, how to walk without losing yourself, how to remember why you started, and not to fall in love with fashion, not just as work, but as art. If you've ever felt like you avoid your sewing machine for days, you finish something but you feel no joy, you dread every new client request, you feel guilty for resting, or you keep asking yourself if you are still good at this, trust me, you are not alone. You are still creative even if you are tired. You are still talented even if you are uninspired. You are still worthy even if you've not sewn in weeks. This space is for you, a soft place to land. Remember that you don't have to prove anything to be worthy of rest or beauty or joy. You don't need to burn out to feel like you're really working. You can create from a place of peace. So if you are at the edge, please, I beg you, stay. Let's rebuild slowly, gently, and intentionally. Let's learn how to take care of our creativity, not just use it. Let's unlearn the hustle and relearn the joy. This is your safe corner to breathe, to learn, and to return to fashion with softness, not just for business, but for you. Thank you for being here. If this spoke to you, share with someone who might need it to. You never know whose spark you might help reignite. And I'll see you in the next Further Thoughts. See ya.